Hey guys, it's Miss Cáceres. So we're going to do a quick review of the topic we saw last week, adding fractions with unlike denominators. When adding fractions with unlike denominators, it is a little different than fractions with like denominators. Unlike denominators means that the denominators of the fractions are different. For example, you can see 2/3 plus 1/5, 1/6 plus 2/9, 3/12 plus 1/6. The fractions above have different denominators called unlike denominators. The goal of adding fractions with unlike denominators is to get the denominators to be the same. When the denominators are the same, the fraction is easier to add. As you have learned before, adding fractions with like denominators are easier because you just add the numerators. Our focus for this lesson is to make our denominators the same. The following are the steps to adding fractions with unlike denominators. So as an example, we have 2/5 and 1/3. As you can see, our fractions have unlike denominators, here and here. To make them the same, we need to find the least common denominator, or the LCDM. We also know it as the least common multiple. To find our LCD, we need to first find the multiples of both our denominators, and then identify the least common multiple, or the LCM. The LCM will become our LCD. A multiple is the answer to a multiplication problem. For example, multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. Multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and so on. So, step 1, let's find the multiples of the denominators 5 and 3. We'll start with the lowest value number because at times your larger number may be a multiple of your smaller number. So, multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. Multiples of 5, 5, 10, and 15. We stopped finding multiples when we found one they both have in common. In this case, it would be 15. So, our LCM is 15, which will become our LCD. We'll create equivalent fractions to our current fractions using our LCM as our new denominator. So for 2/5, we'll put 15 as our denominator, and for 1/3, we'll put 15 as well as our denominator. Now, to find an equivalent fraction, we will need to find out what multiplied each of the original denominators by to get the new denominator. First, we look at our multiples, 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. 5, 10, and 15. You can count the number of multiples of 3 by counting how many multiples it takes to get to 15. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. And we'll do the same for our multiples of 15. So, remember, when we find the equivalent fractions, whatever you do to the denominator, you must do the same to the numerator. For the fractions 2/5, you will multiply the denominator by 3, so you need to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. The equivalent fraction will be 2/5 is the same as 6/15. Why? Because 5 times 3 is 15, and 2 times 3 is 6. We'll do the same again for 1/3. We'll multiply that by 5, so we need to multiply the numerator as well. The equivalent fraction will become 1 times 5 will give us 5, and 3 times 5 will give us 15. So, the fractions, or equivalent fractions that we have, are now 6/15 and 5/15. And now we can complete our goal, which in this case was to change both denominators into one single denominator. Now we can continue by adding the numerators of the fraction. 6 plus 5 will give us 11. So 11 will be the answer for our numerator. Once we put it together as a fraction, we now have 11 and 15. Remember that the denominators tell us the equal pieces of something altogether. So we don't have to add here. We just copy the whole number, which is 15. So 6/15 plus 5/15 is 11/15. So the final step now is to reduce the fraction if needed. This fraction is already in the simplest form, so reducing is not needed. Well, I hope that helped you guys for your review. Have a great day. Bye.